Hello, this is Mrs. Aguilar, and I'm going to be reading The Other Side of Lost. So turn to page 1, chapter Twin Stars. We lie on our backs on the trampoline, drawn into the center by each other's weight. The universe stretches wide above us, framed by a ring of mountains. My cousin and me at its center. Twin stars, as our mom always say. They smile and laugh and get teary-eyed together when they tell the story. Every birthday, before the candles and the wishes. How their due dates were weeks away from each other, but I was late, and Bree showed up early, like we made a pact to enter the world together. And just a few hours apart, we did. Tonight, we are 13, a number that feels like balancing on the edge of who we've always been and everything we might become. Here, now, there's only one thing I know for certain, that we'll figure it out together, no matter what directions life takes us in. I look at my cousin, my own true north, and I can imagine it any other way. In the pale light of the stars, she reaches a hand up to the sky like she might pluck one from its place. Look up, she whispers, or you'll miss it. Miss what? I ask. I bring my eyes to the sky, and a tiny white light streaks through the darkness. I blink, and it's gone. That, she says, an extra wish. She takes my hand. We get to make this one for us, together, she says. So I wish for us to always have adventure and explore. Do all the things other people think we can't, and be brave and free and happy. I laugh. That's a lot of extra wishes. It's our birthday. We're allowed. I can hear the smile in her voice. Your turn. I look at the sky above us and I think of today, with its special kind of birthday magic. My mom and me, rising before the sun to make the drive from the beach to the mountains. The crisp smell of the air when we arrived. The way Bree and I crashed into each other for a hug after being apart too long. A day's adventure with our moms. The hike to a rushing waterfall. A picnic lunch on sun-warmed rocks. The four of us holding hands as we made the jump into the clear, icy lake. And later, dancing in the kitchen, while our moms cooked dinner and laughed over stories of when they were young. Homemade cake served on the front porch so we could blow out our candles just as the stars began to shine. The small wrapped box containing the Dreamcatcher keychain Bree had given me to match hers. And this feeling, lying beneath a limitless sky and knowing I'm exactly where I belong. It's hard to imagine anything better than this right now. I wish for us to always be like this, I say finally. Bree squeezed my hand. Of course we will. Chapter 2. Like this. I hear my mom talking in the kitchen. I'm coming, she says firmly. That's it. You can't be alone today. Not like this. In the hallway, I stop mid-step. I know by her words and the tremor in her voice that it's my aunt on the other end of the line. I watch her reflection in the living room window, pacing the kitchen as she cradles the phone between her ear and shoulder. No, I mean it. I'm coming right now. I'll get Mari up and we'll get on the road right away. We'll be there in a few hours, like... She stops. I see her taking a breath. I finish her sentence in my head, like we used to. But she doesn't say it, because it hasn't been like that for a long time. I take a step backward to slip away to the safety of my room before she can see me. Yes, I'll tell her. Don't worry about that right now. It'll be here when we get back. There's a pause. I love you too, my mom says before she hangs up, and then she just stands there, perfectly still, in the middle of the kitchen. The low buzz of the refrigerator grows louder in the silence that follows. I don't dare move. In the window, I watch my mom's reflection. Her chin drops to her chest, and her shoulders begin to shake. She brings a hand to her mouth to stifle the sob that comes next. A lump rises in my throat, and all I can do is slip back down the hall, disappearing beneath the sound of grief that I don't know how to share. I am 18 today. Bree should be too. I pretend to be asleep when I hear footsteps in the hall. My mom pretends to be okay when she opens the door. Mari, she says softly. Her voice is still thin, like it might break any second. I hear her cross the room, and then the edge of the bed dips as she sits down next to where I lie back. I lie with my back to her. She puts a hand on my shoulder. Good morning, sweet girl. I feel a twinge of guilt at the old nickname, and I give in. Open my eyes, turn to my mom. She smiles a closed-lipped smile, and her eyes blink back tears that I don't want to see fall. Happy birthday, she whispers. I don't say anything. We both know that it's not. She takes her hand from my shoulder and folds it into her lap. Then she presses her lips together and takes a deep breath, and I know what's coming. I think we should go to Aunt Erin's today, she says. I want to close my eyes again, hold my covers over my head and disappear. My mom reaches for my hand. I just was on the phone with her, and she shakes her head and swoops a finger beneath her eye. Sniffs. Today is so hard, and I don't want her to be alone. She wraps her arms around me and pulls me into a hug that is tight and uncomfortable. Come with me? She asks softly. I know she'd love to see you. I pull away. I know this must be hard for you too, baby, but maybe it would be better if we were all together. I shake my head. No, I say, I can't. Why not? My mom asks softly. Because I will only be a reminder of my aunt of what she's lost. Because I can't go and act like Bree and I were so close and things hadn't changed between us. But most of all, because I can't imagine being there at that house without her. Because I have plans, I say, with Ian. A half-truth. My mom frowns. Can't you reschedule? I'm sure he'd understand. No, I say. He's planned some big surprise for my birthday. A flat-out lie. It puts my mom in a difficult position, just like I know it will, and I try to ignore the pang of guilt I feel, because I can see that she's weighing her sister's grief against her daughter's wish to avoid it. It's a losing battle. I really don't want to leave you alone on your birthday, she says after a long moment, especially this one. I won't be alone, but I may be gone for a few days, depending on how she's doing. I'll be fine. She looks worried as she reaches out and tucks a strand of hair behind my ear. I just don't. How are you dealing with this? With Bree? I've been so busy and you have been too, and I don't know if you're okay. Tears again. Are you okay, Mari? Her concern makes a tiny crack in me, one I can't allow. I take her hand in mine. I'm okay, I promise. Go see Aunt Erin. She needs you. She bites her lip. Are you sure you'll be all right? Yes. I'm so sorry, she whispers. Don't be sorry, I say softly, but please tell Aunt Erin that I am.